Hello everyone, welcome back to Joyful Learning 365 YouTube channel. In this video, let's try to understand how to create the DataVerse linked services in Azure Data Factory. Go to the portal azure.com. From here, once you landed to this page, so here you can see there are multiple things are there. So here you need to in search button you need to simply select on the data factories. Okay, so it is directly here, it is there. If you are not able to see here, so you can directly search for the data factories. Okay, so as of now I am able to seeing here, I am able to see here, so directly I am going it from here. If you are not able to see, then you can do. So as you can see on the screen, I have a data factory called as a Joy Data Factory one with this name. Okay, so I'm going inside this one, as you can see on the CRM. So sorry, in Azure. So here, like I have entered into this one, okay, in Data Factory. So here you can see this Azure Data Factory Studio, Launch Studio. Okay, so if you see, these are the downside. Also, we have some bar graphs and those graphs are there. So you can see here there are like a Launch Studio is there. So if you want a tutorial, so you can see here there is a training modules and template gallery. Everything is available. Tutorial is also available. You can click on this and you can learn whatever you want. Okay, so simply I'll show you how it will be like a. So there is some MX docs, earlier we used to call it as a MS docs, but now Microsoft has been changed to MS Learn. So these all documents are there, how to use these pipelines and how to create everything. So you can follow these links and you can create whatever you can study if you want to learn more things. So here we have. So simply you can go this one. So I have clicked on the Launch Studio. So once you click on the Launch Studio, it will open it into a. It will take you to a one new window. Okay. So basically we are going it as a an editor of the data factory. So here you can see this is an like a main data factory whatever. So in your company you might be having multiple data factories. Okay, but as a for learning purpose I am showing it you one database. Okay, so in your scenario might be there are multiple, so you need to select the correct data factory name. Okay, so here you can see there are multiple options are there. So this is left hand navigation. If you see sitemap, so there is a one pencil icon which is author, and third one is monitor, and here you can see manager. So if you click on the author, so here you can see there are like a some pipeline, these things are available. And where coming to this one, right? So you are able to see here in monitor whatever the whatever the pipelines are running, right? Those all you are able to see here. So whereas coming to the here manage, so basically you need to go here manage inside the manage for creating the linked services. So this is the manage, and last one learning center. Okay, so here we don't need to go. So for creating the linked services of Dynamics 365, let's get here. So you can see here this is the linked services. So now I'll create. I already have a one linked services. Let me delete this one or Dataverse and try to create a new one. Okay, so simply you can see there on left hand side you are able to see the linked services. So here on click of this one you are able to see here new button is there. Okay, plus new, click on plus new, and there you are able to see the data words. Okay, search for. So here as you can see on the screen there is a data verse is there. Okay, simply select on this data verse common data source, and after that click on the continue. Okay, once you click on the continue, there you are able to see here. So simply the dataverse name is there. Okay, so for example I am giving it as a dataverse as a name as a something. As per your requirement you can give, but here just like a I am giving it as a joyful learning uh, dataverse. Okay, so here, so it should be selected as a auto connectivity connect via integration runtime should be selected as a auto resolve integration, and again deployment type. So as you know that there are multiple we have a on-premise CRM also. So if you want to connect with the online, then you need to select it as online. If you are connecting with the on-premise, then you need to give it as a on-premise. But in our scenario, in this video, we are going to learn about the online. So here I have selected it as a online. So here you need to go to the and you need to go to service URI. You need to enter the service URI. What is the service URI? From where you can get the service URI? Simply like for now, I'll show you a small stage like whenever you are creating a Dynamics 365 instance, right? So here you are creating some module. Okay, some names are there. Okay, something is there which is related to. So some model driven apps have been created. So you can see here there are model driven app is there. So this is my model driven app. Okay. So you can see this is my model driven app, sales driven model driven app. So simply here till .com is there, right? So this is the HTTP colon org 3139537. This is my URL, main URL. So simply I'm copying this URL from here and going to here and directly pasting to the this one here. Okay, once I have pasted here. Now what I need to do here, simply see here. I don't need to do any changes here. Authentication to by defaultedly it is selecting it as a service principal. So I should keep as it is as a service principal for this scenario because I am trying to create with the application user. So in last video I have shown you using the PowerShell script how to create the service principal user within 1 minute. I have shown, right? Like this you can create so before doing this step, first step you need to do that one. After that you can do this one. So here you need to select the service principal. After that service principal credential type is there. Okay, so there are two things is there: service principal key or service principal certificate. So we used to give mostly like if it is certificate, but most of the organization use the key only. Okay, in this whatever application principal key only I will use. Okay, so here now, what is the principal service principal ID? Okay, so in the last video, if I have shown you, see there are like a application. This is my again this is like a if I shown you. So in my last video, I have shown you this how to create the application user. Okay, if you see, this is my portal.azure.com. So if I'm going to home, let me go it from here. So there you can see simply type it as a app registrations. Okay, app registrations. So here also by default you are able to see here. If you are not able to see there directly, whatever you are not able to see, simply directly you can go here and you can select here. So here you can see application. So here in these applications, whatever the application you have created, so those all application user you are able to see. Simply this application I want to use, for example. Okay, so this one application, this one. So earlier I have created this one. So I am planning to use this one. The same thing, if you remember, I have stored here. Okay. So this one also. So this client secret ID is very, very important because when you are giving here, right here, you are not able to see the client secret ID. So it will be like a, once it's created, at that time only you can create the client secret ID. So then what we can do this one. So what usually organizations are doing to save this client secret ID, so they are like maintaining some snippets in their instance, and somewhere they are storing. Okay, so by that they are getting and they are using. So here in our case for learning purpose, I kept it in a notepad. You can see this is the my application registration. Same credentials I have here also. See here. Oh, in this application ID is the right. So this is the application ID. Okay, application ID and object ID in tenant ID. These three things are there. So here application client ID I need to copy. Okay, simply I need to go here and copy this application client ID from here and simply paste it. Control V. Okay. After that, what you need to do here, simply see there are two things. Is it service principal key or Azure key vault? So if it is Azure key vault, then is a different options you will get. So make sure to select the service principal key because we are following the method which is service principal key through login method we are trying to call out. Okay, now here service principal key. So for the service principal key, as I told you here, secret key I have stored. If you see this one is my service principal secret key. Okay, control C, control V, control V. So as you can see, this is like a hidden. It will by defaultly it will be hidden. So here you don't need to do any parameters pass, and here also in advanced also you don't need to do anything. Simply you can first before creating this one, right? So Microsoft has been given an option called a test connection. So you can check here, you can click here whether whatever the connection you have creating is it okay or not. So you can see here connection successfully. So now you can click on the create button. Okay, so as you can see on the Azure, see this now my linked services of the Dataverse has been successfully created. So in upcoming videos, we try to learn how we can get the data from the Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM Dataverse, and again will how we can use that data in a different other platforms, and how we can use it in a those all things we'll learn in a upcoming video. So in this video, we try to learn the major part, how to establish the link between the this Dataverse and Azure data factories. I hope you understand this video. So in upcoming videos, we'll continue this series. And thank you very much for watching Joyful Learning 365 YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe for more interesting videos. Thank you.